2025 is supposed to be a big year for Lexus. Now, we really don't know the future of the LS. It could be canceled. We've heard talks about the LC. It could be canceled, right? Big V8s kind of going out the window. Overdue on another refresh of the IS because Lexus doesn't want to, they don't know what to do with the IS. It's in a tough spot globally. And then the ES is for sure getting a redesign this year. In fact, I have some news, not only ES, but the IS and the LC. I don't really have anything for Lexus crossovers. Yes, we get an RZ coming as a refresh this year with a 550e, I believe, with tons of power, 400 plus horsepower. The thing's going to be beastly. But the normal RZs, RZ 350e, for example, which is a new trim with new e-axles, that is getting some better range too. But guys, check out what's going on over at MagX. MagX is a scoop magazine out of Japan. Not quite as famous as Best Car, but every once in a while they surprise me with some information. And typically it's on niche stuff, not necessarily mass market. And we will, after we talk about the Lexus stuff today, talk a little bit about these other vehicles that they're talking about here, the Mazda CX-3, the new Rogue, as well as the new Nissan Leaf. But guys, we're here to talk about this information on the IS. Grab your snacks and drinks, buckle in. Oh yeah, the bigger news isn't the IS. Wow, guys, let's pull up that English translation. Let me get it out for you. All right, it is exciting times. First of all, the IS is supposed to get a refresh this year, by the end of this year. We thought it was going to be last year. Well, Lexus just they don't know what to do with many of their cars. All right. They think that they're going to be fully electric in North America, Canada, and Europe by 2030. I don't see it happening. Could bite my tongue. Maybe they have some crazy good technology coming down the hatch. China, absolutely. Look, Lexus is building a solo factory, a Lexus only factory, no joint ventures, no Toyota involved. In Shanghai in 2027, they'll have their own unique lineup of EVs. That's how fast and competitive the Chinese market is. Meanwhile, well, Lexus is trying to figure out what to do for the rest of the world. Now, that means carrying on to this IS. Gosh, what has it been, 2013? 2014? When did this IS come out? You guys will tell me. This third generation IS. It's been around, which seems like forever. Now, when it got a refresh around 2020, 2021, it came out with some incredible looks. And this is just improving upon those looks, in my opinion. MagX said that this is coming. I think the last render they had was a red one. This is a new design. It's not out yet, okay? The spindle grille is shortened. It has more of an LBX front end. The rear end gets rid of the Lexus logo and types out Lexus in the back. What they're saying about the IS here, there's going to be a discontinuation of the rear-wheel drive model. Should I say specifically the 2-liter inline-4 rear-wheel drive? That could still happen, all right, for the United States market. United States market's different. Just because these changes are happening for Japan doesn't mean they would be happening for the United States. But this is a new information here. On the 5-liter V8 model, the IS 500, Brembo brakes are going to be an available option, which I'm pumped for. There's also going to be an updated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid. Lexus has said by the end of 2025, all Lexus models in America would have a hybrid variant. The IS could be the next one, all right? The RC is canceled. Outside of those two cars, I think everything, the GX. The GX will get a hybrid by the end of this year, but it's already available in other markets. Same thing with this IS hybrid. It's available in other markets, namely Japan. So we will more than likely get the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid. Problem with this is that it's an eCVT. Hopefully Lexus can give us something new and exciting with a hybrid on this with rear-wheel drive. I don't want to get my hopes up. They don't even know what to do with this car. So I don't think they're going to come up with an all-new hybrid powertrain. They're just going to carry it over and introduce it into the United States. That's a possibility. We'll see what actually happens, right? Just because Lexus says they want to be fully electric in the United States and North America by 2030 doesn't mean they will. Just like they said, hey, we're going to have a hybrid variant by the end of 2025 for every single model in our lineup doesn't mean they will here in the United States. Yes, the IS is surely to get an update this year, and its code name is 554D. It will run off the line or roll off the line as an updated model by the end of the year. But guys, This is where it gets exciting. Check this out. Following the minor change of the IS, the two-door LC500, the best Lexus currently in development, or should I say currently in production. It's in need of a lot of updates, styling just slightly. It's kind of a styling masterpiece, but it needs some new updates on the grille, in my opinion. A wheel design, interior could use a few tweaks, but guys, I'm just complaining, all right? They're saying that the LC is going to continue on. It's getting an extension, and this is really going to be its first major refresh. We've got small updates. We got the touchscreen. They got rid of the, gosh, what did they get? Did they get rid of the clock in the LC? They got rid of the CD player, right? They changed things around. But the production model of this is scheduled to start in April 2026, so we're a year out. Preparations are underway with the development code 633D for this new LC. We'll have a revised radiator grille. Think of it maybe looking a little bit more like this new IS. That would be my guess, or refreshed IS. They'll get rid of the Lexus badge on the back and put Lexus lettering. In addition, a fixed wing will be newly installed. Now, it's probably the same fixed wing we've seen in, like, what was it, the Aviator edition, or I think there was a Blackline edition, whatever. I don't think it's going to be preposterous like we see on a Civic Type R. It's going to be a small fixed wing. And maybe they discontinue the variable speed wing on the performance packages. It's possible. We're getting updates, guys. We're getting updates on the IS 500. Who knows what's going to happen to the rest of the powertrains, but we are getting these design updates, hopefully announced fairly soon here. The big news to me, LC500 is getting an extension of life. I've been making videos for a couple of years now that, hey, it's looking to be canceled, because in certain markets it has been canceled. But Lexus doesn't want to give up its best car, and I'm okay with that. So long live the LC500. Hey guys, I forgot to mention during the original recording this information on the ES. Now, take it with a grain of salt. We know that the ES, or at least I know through my sources, that the ES is getting a redesign this year. It will be made in Japan, and it will be launching as a fully electric initially for our market. ES 500e, ES 300e, and then ES 350h. Okay, that's nothing new. I've already broke that information. One of my sources has said that it's going to be revealed very, very, very soon. I was told it will be revealed at the Shanghai Motor Show, which is happening this month, April, late April. So we're looking maybe around, gosh, what was it? The 23rd through the 24th. Those are the media days. So we should get, that's what I'm hearing, a reveal of all sorts of stuff. It would be amazing to be at the Shanghai Auto Show. But we will be, in theory, getting the ES redesign coming out of China first. Why does China get precedence here? Well, ES is the best-selling vehicle for Lexus in China. The RX, conversely, is the best-selling car here. In fact, the ES, as I ran over the sales this morning, the ES is behind the RX, the NX, and the TX so far this year. And I think that the GX might be close to outselling it as well. So it's fourth or fifth in terms of volume stateside, where in China it's number one. And in China's market, it's huge. Lexus wants to wow the Chinese market. I don't know how they're going to do that with an ES, because really the wow factor with an ES is driving it. It doesn't, I mean, yes, it's a fancy car. It looks great. But yeah, there you have it. That's another nugget of Lexus information I wanted to share. But let's get into the rest of this MagX article. I'm just briefly going to touch upon this. This article talks about how Mazda just invested 20 billion yen, something over $100 million in Thailand. Okay, and they're going to be producing the new CX-3. It could be the new CX-30. It could be a global model. All right, they're unlikely to export it from there to the United States due to tariffs, right? Because Thailand has terrible tariffs on imported cars that I can remember anyways, all right? So the CX-3 is going to debut there. It's going to have a hybrid. The crazy thing is that, what was it? Suzuki closed a plant there. Nissan closed a plant there. Honda's not doing that great. Toyota's not doing as great down in Thailand. All right. And here's Mazda. They found their niche. They found a market that suits them well. And they're saying that the old Mazda CX-3 was based off the Mazda 2. Both of those vehicles canceled in the United States, and the Mazda 2 to be canceled completely globally this year. The CX-3 could be likely on the chopping block and replaced with the CX-30. And the CX-30 would be made in theory in Mexico, and Japan in addition to Thailand. All right. So they'll have, I think it's 2 BEVs coming to the Thai market from Chang'an Mazda in China, the Mazda 6E, and then also a crossover kind of like the CX-5E. Those will be coming. They'll also have some plug-in hybrids and hybrids. Okay. Hopefully we get some of that technology here. What else do we have? Oh, they're saying that the Nissan Leaf is going to be called the Qashqai in Europe, quite possibly. They might discontinue the e-Power Qashqai, and maybe they just called, I don't know. They could have an e-Power Qashqai alongside the Nissan Leaf, but they've said that the Leaf has never had 2 names before. It's always been globally known as the Leaf. The Rogue, this is likely what the new Rogue will look like. All right, based off the teaser shots down here, this is a new Rogue plug-in hybrid based off the Outlander, the Mitsubishi Outlander. They're just rebadging it. The lights are probably the same. It's just a slightly different grille and then Nissan badges on it. All right, and then the Rogue e-Power is going to be coming in 2026 in the United States. Now, what they mentioned in this article is quite interesting. I think it was in this portion right here. They said that when Carlos Ghosn was still in charge of Nissan, and when Nissan bought a huge portion of Mitsubishi, the plan was for at the time, guys, this is probably 10 years ago. The plan was for Nissan to reuse Mitsubishi's plug-in hybrid technology, but Carlos Ghosn got sacked, and somehow that ball was completely fumbled along the way. And here we are in 2025, still without a plug-in hybrid or even a hybrid from Nissan here in North America. It is a complete and utter failure from leadership in Nissan. It's just unfathomable to me still to this day that they have 0 hybrids and they haven't been taking advantage of Mitsubishi's excellent plug-in hybrid technology until now. All right, now it's not even out yet. We don't even have a reveal of it. We just know it's coming in 2025. Anyways, I think that's all I had to share for the rest of these articles in this Mag X. Okay, not best car, Mag X. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think this is, if this CX-3 or CX-30 looks like this, it's going to be a very good car. It's going to be well-selling. I don't know. I can't say if it's going to be a good car or not, but I like it. Bring it in this kind of rosy pink color too. I think it's cool. All right, I'm shutting it down. Long live the Lexus LC500 and long live the V8, whether it's in the IS or the LC. It's a good thing that Lexus still has V8s. Peace out.